what did I touch?
I don't know. You touch like this thing that goes up and down when I talk, you know? I don't know what to call it for a girl, but it's like, you know, it's not the Adam's apple, but it's the fucking Eve's apple. I don't know. Christianity raised the world.
I'm bleeding.
Well, we just got back from the first day of school, and we wanted to talk about it.
I know,
and tell the viewers.
It was absolutely horrible.
Really? You had a horrible time?
Yeah, we didn't do an intro.
Oh, yeah, we did do it.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and this is Pernia, and we are filming an episode of, what should we call this? The Talk.
Yeah, we I heard a lot of people in there, like, CalSTRS just get schedules fucked up all the time. There are so many people that sign up for, like, the right classes, they do all the paperwork, and then they get screwed over. And then it takes weeks to fix their schedule.
Really?
So that is my complaint, and I insert it in the complaint box right there.
The invisible complaint box right here.
Oh yeah.
Boop.
It is huge and getting bigger. Only... I'll be quiet.
Anxiety. I have problems with meeting new people. So, first of all, most of my classes are really weird. I'm a junior, but most of my classes I either have with seniors or I have with sophomores, and I have maybe like a couple with actual juniors.
Yeah, actual juniors.
Actual juniors, and
Fucking identity theft.
and it freaks me out. I don't know all these seniors. I don't know all these little sophomore ass bitches. Like,
Oh, you were a little sophomore ass bitch last year.
I was also a bitch ass bitch at one point, alright? But I don't know these people. I don't want to be like paired with these people. I was in Spanish class today, and because, okay, I know the people in my junior class because I've been with them since like junior high, and we had tables set up. By the way, teachers, this is a really, really bad idea, okay? Because for people like me who are really, really shy, they just end up sitting at the farthest table away because it's like what I do. I am too shy to go up to people and just like talk to them.
It's like a less vulnerable position. Like, you can see everyone in front of you. You can make sure that, like, and then no one. It's not like everyone's looking at you. If you're sitting right in the front, then it's like, what are they doing behind me? You know, it's like that anxious feeling.
So I make sure I sit where I can see everyone. But I was sitting at a table, and everyone can come in and pick their own seats because we're juniors now. Most of them are like sophomore and juniors because of Spanish too. And
own the school,
right? Yeah. And they can come in and sit wherever they want because we're old enough to do that now. But I would be sitting in this one faraway seat, and no one sat next to me. Like, two people had to be like forced to move to my table because I was like sitting there all alone. I even heard this girl whisper, "Psh, she looks really lonely."
Isn't that a comfortable position to be in?
I know. I just heard someone go, "She looks really lonely."
Damn.
I was sitting there like gnawing on my pen and trying so hard to pretend I wasn't noticing, right? And I was looking directly at that table because there was a girl over there that was like really cute.
Oh, yes. So, you know, there are like common fears whenever someone goes into school, like the first day, like, are people gonna like me? Am I gonna make a good impression on my teachers? Well, okay, nobody gives a crap about the teachers at this point. But
I actually really do. Like,
Yeah.
I like it when my teachers like me.
well, of course, but I mean, like the first day, they're just gonna be like, I just gotta learn names and we gotta do this assignment signing form stuff.
Right,
but
yeah.
I mean, you're worried about your classmates. Like, who am I gonna sit next to? Who am I gonna be forced to work with? Who is in my vicinity? And do they sag their pants? Do they talk like
That's
a
what you're
hell no?
worried about.
I mean, because these are usually happen to be like stereotypical assholes that just like fucking want to look good, and then if someone else doesn't look good, they pick on them. So like that, you know. In my art class, my AP Gov class, my forensic class,
You're taking forensics too?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So in all those three classes, worst fear come true. All three of them have like the junior version of the same bully that happened to bully me in junior high, freshman year, stuff like that. That was when I was an insecure bastard. And I mean, I guess that since it bothers me, you know, I still have that sort of same insecurity. It's like this trauma.
Right.
And I should get past it, but you know what? Fact is, they're still assholes. That's not a fact, that's my opinion, but it's a very strong and agreed upon opinion. Universally agreed upon, I'd say, maybe, if I told you your personality. But I mean, it's like, I have to live with that all year. and I don't want to be the person who just changes classes because I'm uncomfortable with someone. Like, I gotta get over it, but still, it bothers the fuck out of me. So that's one fear come true. And my schedule is fine.
What really freaks me out, what really freaked me out today was, do you ever get in a bad situation with someone and then you're really, really hoping they're going to be gone the next year because then you can have a clean slate and it's perfectly fine, right? Well, I might tell the story in another video because it's a really, really long story. But long story short is I was dating this girl that my mom did not like because at the time she was incredibly homophobic and she forced us apart. But this girl was a year or two ahead of me. She would have, last year she would have already graduated if it had not been for her absences. So I figured, they would fix everything because she was really smart. I figured they would fix everything, they would let her pass on, everything would be fine, and I wouldn't have to deal with that anxiety this year. But as it turns out, she's still here, and because I'm an upperclassman now, and I have a lot of classes in like the big upperclassman area, I walk past her so much, and it's not even that she's like all the way down there, and I can just see her but not actually have to like come in contact with her. No, we come out very, very close to each other. We are like right next to each other. We're walking down.
Eye contact.
Yeah, there was eye contact. And it was terrifying. And I was just like, that's my biggest anxiety for first days by far is she going to be there? Because it's absolutely terrifying. I want to talk to her, but I can't. There's like that invisible barrier. Yeah. And the whole day, that was all I was thinking about was the fact that she is still here.
Yeah, and I mean, if she should have graduated, then that kind of sucks because your expectations are just like kind of blown out of the water.
I know.
And it's a significant day. Like the first day of school is a very significant day. It's like the beginning of you wishing this would end. I mean, it's great. Like it's a first day of your school year and you're progressing closer to however you want to take your life after high school, whatever direction you want to take it in. And I mean, I'm a senior now and I definitely want to go to college. I want to do all those nice things. And I feel like after high school is when you actually learn about life. In high school, I can't imagine that they're going to take anything you learn besides having to deal with people who don't know how to deal with people.
Right.
So like when you're in that situation, when you're in that environment, you're with all these people that are just like childish, immature, dependent. Yes. Childish. Okay, I can pronounce things. I can do it. I swear. But you have to deal with all these people that are dependent on everyone else, including me. I'm dependent on my parents. But I mean, I feel like there's a certain mental maturity that I've reached, and I'm not saying that I'm above everyone else, even though I have.
Yes, you are.
Okay, there's a certain confidence here. Yes, I feel like ever since I got into like maybe midway into my junior year, I felt above anyone who got like hurt over a stupid comment that like that some stranger said to them later,
right? Yeah.
Or their friends picking on them when it sucks when your friends pick on you, but like they're not really friends. You know?
Like if they're being assholes to you, they're not really friends.
I know so many people are gonna get offended. What do you think about religion? You want to talk about religion?
I thought we were talking about first days.
What more is there to say about first days?
What more is there to say about first days? Well, how about this? I already have homework.
Oh, I do too. 15 pages
homework
for government.
On the first day.
Is it for APUSH?
No, it's not actually.
What is it for?
It's for statistics. AP Statistics gave us homework. And
it's fun.
Okay, if you're in junior high and you have, for most like first days and first weeks, they don't give you homework. What they do is they spend the entire week, for the entire first week, all you're doing is, let's get to know each other. Yes, let's all make friends. But
that's a beautiful voice.
Yes, but when you get into high school, it gets a lot more serious, especially if you're taking upper level classes. There is no time for, hey, let's get to know each other. There's like one day they give you an introduction, they give you the syllabus, and then they're like, okay, this is your homework. This is going to help you get started in this class, and that's what they do for you. And for most people, the expectation of the first week is, it's going to be a really easy week, I'm not going to get any homework. But the fact of the matter is that when you get into high school, and especially if you're an upperclassman, you do start to get a lot of homework the first week.
AP level classes.
AP level classes especially, because what they're trying to do really is prepare you for college. And when you go to college, there isn't going to be that really, really easy, first day.
They're not gonna baby you, yeah.
They won't. And the first day of college won't be, oh, hi, let's get to know each other. It's gonna be, all right, here's your syllabus. My name is Professor whatever the fuck. And this is what our class is going to be. And that's kind of what it's becoming. And my first impression of the syllabus is always, this is geared towards a test.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about it is that the first week, I mean, they're preparing you, they're preparing you for college, but the first week, they're specifically preparing you for the rest of the weeks of the grading period. They're like, you know what, these people haven't done homework in 3 months or however long the summer is,
right.
And they're not used to getting assignments, so we're going to put an easy one on them, like signing forms or reading the welcome packet, stuff like that. We're gonna put a responsibility on them for the first day so that they get used to this, so they get back in the mindset of having another responsibility to do. And I mean, it's not like it's useless. It's not like that the entirety of school is useless, because I value the social interaction, the psychology, the things that I learned from, the social experience.
And there are a lot of things you can learn in class. Of course, the syllabus isn't perfect, but there's still a lot of things that you learn.
Yeah,
I mean, could be valuable.
But I feel like, and especially classes like history or math. Okay, math, it develops a sense of logic, like deductive reasoning, like...
We were talking about giving homework on the first day, and now it's become this.
It's still at school, so I feel like it's okay.
We can go off on a school rant. This is what this is becoming. First day is going on to the rest of the school year. Let's do it. Let's just make it an all-out school rant.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I was saying, so math is like it develops that sort of logic. History lets you not be ignorant of the major events, because let's be honest, when you get to the next grade or when you're out of high school, you're not going to remember every little person that you were taught or took a test over. You're going to remember major events that people talk about currently still. I mean, that's all it is. You're not going to be ignorant of it. Science, you get to, again, learn that deductive reasoning with a scientific method, and you get to learn processes, maybe learn a few experiments that you might use later on. But otherwise, I mean, when you're in a classroom, the only experience I value from the classroom is learning about the teacher or the students, or the way they act, or how a teacher acts professionally in a student setting, how a student acts professionally.
And that's kind of what the first week is for, I think, and the first day. First days really do, really suck. There's a lot of anxiety. Even if people don't want to admit it, I feel like there's a lot of anxiety going back, this really sharp transition from doing absolutely nothing and then going and doing something. Unless you have a job or you're working, which whenever you're an upperclassman is usually the case, but for people who are younger, that's not usually the case. So you're getting this sharp transition, and you're anxious, you're excited, you're really, really disappointed that you didn't get to sleep until noon like you did yesterday.
Unless you have late arrival.
Unless fuck you.
I don't.
You have early dismissal.
Yeah.
And there's oh God, what kind of classes am I getting? Is my schedule going to be messed up? Who am I going to have in my classes? I have 2 people that I hate in one of my classes. 2 of the people that I hate the most in one class.
I mean, I agree with you. There's always some sort of I agree that there's always some level of anxiety when someone goes into school, but that's just for people who are comfortable. I was anxious when I walked into school, just because there were a lot of people, and over the summer I was working full time, and only a couple of people would pass by me in the office, or my boss would call me up, say here's another assignment, or clients would come in, and that's not that's more than 10 people in a room is unlikely.
Yeah.
And you walk in and there's all these kids passing by you, and yes, every single one of them is judgmental, even though every single one of them is not looking at you, they're judging someone else. And judging is not necessarily a bad thing, but to some people it makes them anxious. It makes them worry about what another person is thinking, and even when you go into class, your teacher's judging you. I mean, all these things. It's something to be anxious about. Your grades, all these responsibilities that may be put upon you, and then especially what year it is. It's your junior year. And colleges, when you apply, your junior year is what they're going to look at most. Because I mean, you have your GPA finalized there. No one's gonna look at your senior year. Fuck that. You're gonna be applying before then. So your senior year grades are gonna come in.
They're all gonna look at me and they're gonna be like, why didn't you take physics for junior year?
Yeah, why didn't you take this? Like, why don't you take that? Why didn't you take any fine arts? Why don't you apply yourself? Why don't you open a fucking club? We should open a club.
We might open a club. And can we also talk about going into the first day when you have mental problems? For me, that would be most depression, PTSD, and OCD. And they all kind of weigh heavily on you whenever you're going into something that's not necessarily new, because I've been doing this for years. Like, I'm a junior in high school, you know, I've gotten used to going in and out of school. There is some level of anxiety going into a first day whenever you have these kind of problems. Like, for OCD, I have this tendency where the obsessive part is the big thing for me. A lot of people don't understand that when you break down OCD, there is the obsessive and then there is the compulsions. And for me, the obsessive is a big part, and it causes a lot of intrusive thoughts and feelings and things that I don't really want to experience, especially on a first day when there's a lot going on. I don't really want to also be bombarded with all of these, you know, thoughts and feelings and things like that. And whenever if you have depression, you know, you're feeling really bad. You feel like you could be judged, or you're going through the motions, and it's not a very happy experience. Anything could set you off, like me seeing my ex-girlfriend, or just getting into a room full of people you don't know. It could really freak you out. And just with people who don't have any sort of mental disorder, it could really freak you out. But whenever you have things like OCD or depression or anxiety or anything, it could really just bear down on you, and it could cause you to have a really bad day. And no one's first day should be necessarily really bad.
Yeah.
And
it could be great.
You know, everyone should have a good first experience. It's kind of like first impressions. Everyone wants to make a good first impression. And a first day is kind of like the first impression of how the rest of your year is going to go. No one wants to experience a bad first day. And my least favorite question of every first day is, are you okay? It was a good day.
Okay, so for me, I think that the attitude that you go into the first day with is very important. So, I mean, yes, I think everyone on some level is going to be anxious, but think of it as a good experience. Think it's going to be good. Be positive. And if you don't want to interact with the people around you, if you want to be the person that sits in the back of the room and just, you know, it's kind of, you want your alone space, you want to be able to judge everyone first before you involve them in your lives, that's perfectly fine. I think you should go for it. Do whatever makes you comfortable. But talk to your teachers. That way, whenever you do feel like you want to interact with someone, you can talk to them, or they can, you know, recommend it to you. They don't have to just, oh, well, that person doesn't talk, so I don't know, I guess I'll just assign them to this person who does talk.
Yeah.
Just, you know, be open to at least your teacher, you know, because they can help you. They are the person that conducts the classroom. So if you don't like something about it, they're the best person to go to. And, I mean, be positive because lunch is coming soon. Be positive because you have time in between the classes. Be positive because it's going to end, you know? I mean, like, all these things. Whatever can get you...
Whatever gets you through prison.
Whatever you can pick that's positive. I think you should definitely put that on your mind.
If you're going in with any sort of mental disorder, like I was, the first thing I would recommend is anything that helps you normally with any sort of, like, what I call them downswings. Anything that helps you with any sort of downswing, you know, music, writing, reading, whatever. Make sure that you have something that can calm you on hand.
Yeah.
Because it does get a little trying, but also, like Pernia said, be positive about things, you know? Like, you get to see your friends. Maybe you haven't gotten to see your friends, you know, for a while, or you get lunch.
Yeah,
you get lunch. Except it was raining today at lunch, but you get lunch. And there are a lot of good things that come around, like the classes. If you take the time to really think about it, it is really interesting, some of the things you learn. And not just on the class level, but socially, psychologically, there are a lot of things you can learn, and you just have to keep that in mind. You're gonna have days where you really don't want to experience something. Like you don't want to go through with the first day. You don't want to go through the first week. You know,
is the prime time to have insecurities because everyone is judging you. You're in an environment that you can't escape, and you're going to face it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, make this whatever year that you're going into. Make this the year that you want to build your confidence. Make it something that you want to do, and then it'll happen if you work on it. It's only a mindset. That's all it is.
And on the first day or the first week, I don't know how you were at your school or whatever, but the teachers will always ask you, some teachers will, what is your goal for the year? And this is a question I feel like everyone should think really hard about, because it may seem like a ridiculous question to you, like, oh, what's my goal for the year? But it's good to set goals and to think to yourself, I can achieve this. Set a goal to be more confident, set a goal to work better, set any sort of goal that will help you feel like you can really get through.
Did you set any goals? Like last year, and did they come true?
Last year, I set goals, my own personal goals, to be more confident and to get stronger, because at the time I was at my lowest point in my depression and my OCD, and I was really, really struggling. And I told myself I can't do that, because if I keep going like this, I'm going to kill myself. So, yeah.
I mean, the goals that I had last year mostly had to do like with academics and confidence, of course. Like I needed to really work on that then. I feel like I've come to a point that I'm comfortable with. But last year, I had the goal of, they told us to write it down and keep it somewhere where we could see later on. And my goal was like get all A's and have great relationships with all teachers and have lots of friends. And then I get to the end of my junior year and I've got a 4.0, but I don't that's not all A's. And that doesn't have to be all A's. You just have to weigh it correctly. But I mean, it wasn't what I aimed for at all. There were some low grades, there were some really high grades, and then there were some teachers that I just did not like. I'm not gonna name names.
And
I guess
that happens, and you can't. There is going to be disappointment. So I guess wrapping it up would be
I mean, but you appreciate how far you've come.
Be confident. Appreciate everything.
Also,
find the positive in everything.
There is going to be people who are going to hate on this video for I don't know what people call it these days, but like hating or commenting on this video for like, oh wow, it's silly for you to talk about the first day or talk about your problems or talk about what you've learned because nobody cares. Well,
I feel like people can learn from it, definitely.
Yeah, you can learn from it if you want to learn from it. But if you don't want to watch this video or you think it's stupid, then don't watch it. Just do whatever you want to do.
We really, really want to help you guys out, so if you ever have any sort of issues like that, it's cool. Comments on the videos, I'll be sure to answer every one of them. But yeah, just first week, once you power through it, you're good.
Just go eat a snack, be happy.
I know, right? So see you pups later. Be sure to like and subscribe.